Dave, we're going live, local John 1812, aka John. Yuri here with you. Let me share this out like usual real quick. Okay, we are live. Thank you for coming in. If you saw the thumbnail, you wondering what that was? It's this. It's an orange. Why did I say eat this instead of where? I'm at the donut bank. So sometimes I get little donut balls or something, and they're good. They're good. And in this description, I say, is moderation even part of our title anymore for what we're doing? I don't know, because like it's okay, I believe, to eat some ice cream or eat a piece of cake or have a donut or maybe a fried item or so, like some French fries. I think every once in a while. And moderation is the key, right? To some things. But I still think we got to watch out with how much, even when we say moderation, because sometimes moderation goes, well, I had a piece of cake today at 7. I'm going to have a piece of cake tomorrow at 5. And then another piece of cake the next day, another piece of cake next day, on top of all the other things I'm eating. And I think if we went through and said, well, how much moderation exceptions am I making for the Oreos and everything else, and not much with the oranges and stuff. I love oranges. Just peel them. Oh, it smells so good. But you can put these, I've seen people put them down their sinks and their drains. I don't know if that's a good idea. But they say it smells good. It smells, makes the drain smells better. So, but anyways, yeah, peel this away and you got yourself a tasty little treat. And the crazy thing is the money that you spend sometimes on just getting like an orange from a grocery store compared to getting a candy bar from a gas station might be the key into saving a little bit of money and saving some time on your life. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that all candy bars, you should never have one or anything of that nature. In fact, they have some studies show that chocolate is pretty good for you, like dark chocolate and all that kind of stuff. But everything we look at, you're going to find something, oh, it's got this poison in it or that poison, or the dyes in foods lately, or the preservatives, stuff like that can be a problem. Well, I agree. I do agree with that. I mean, I'm not a nutritionist per se. I do have a nutrition certification, but it's just this little measly certification. I didn't go to school for a really long time for it or anything. So I take the grain of my knowledge with a little bit of salt and throw it over my shoulders and realize that there's other people with more expertise, and I read their articles and watch their videos and listen to them talk and teach. And that's how I gather some of my information, you know, from what I can see and what I can read and what I can find on my own. But needless to say, an orange is very, very nutritious. And it's got a very good vitamin C content to it. And there's the inside of it there. Nice little orangish color. And so I'm going to just some people like it peeled all the way down, but I leave a lot of skin on there. So eat this instead. So it doesn't mean that you can never ever go to Wendy's or McDonald's or even your fancy restaurants you think's okay. I mean, because even they are using some highly processed items that they can continue to keep in a deep freeze for a really long time, and also in boxes and stuff on shelves for a really long time and be okay. So it's the thing about moderation, though, is moderation, I think sometimes when we say it's in all in moderation, gets us in a little bit of trouble, because sometimes all we begin to think then is about the moderation items, the donuts, the cakes, those type of things. So I still got my coffee, though. Decaf every morning. 1 cup. A small. They're all off to piece. 16 ounces or less, you know? But in saying that, I noticed that today. I saw a doctor. I'm going to put the video in the description. He was talking about what you're eating. And he was like, our body can heal on its own. This is what he was saying. It's not my words. But he was saying that a body can heal on its own, possibly, for some diseases that we think are uncurable because of the nutrition items and the reset we do on our own body. Now, I don't know that to be true, and no one take me to the bank on that. I'm just listening again from a person who has a doctorate, a PhD, and they kind of know what they're talking about, or at least they should. And so I seen them on there, and it made me think. I saw an orange on the counter, and I said, I'm going to eat an orange this morning. Should I eat it on camera? The answer was yes. Because, in my opinion, oranges taste good. Apples taste good. Bananas taste good. That's something sweet. If you want something sweet in the morning instead of a donut, grab an orange, an apple, a banana. They have sweetness to them, and they're healthier for you. Grab a strawberry. If you're allergic to some of those things I mentioned, find the one you're not allergic to. The other day, I had an avocado. I mixed it with chicken and rice, and it was delicious. I learned that from that Nick avocado guy who lost all that weight 2 steps ahead. And he put it with some beef, and I was like, hey, I got some chicken, and I don't want to get an avocado. Will it taste good? It did. It tasted really good. So, my orange is gone. An orange probably has anywhere between 40 to 60 calories. I'm not for sure. Somewhere in that nature. Maybe even less. Less calories. Healthier for you. Natural. It doesn't have things that were mixed together to create some type of glaze. It doesn't have things together to put a coating around it to make it fried. So, moderation is the key, but don't forget, moderation things don't have to be every day of moderation. It could be every other day, every so many days. And in between that time, you need to be eating like chicken, grilled chicken, and beef. And some people say, oh, red beef, red meat, blah, blah. Listen. Sometimes it's not really the beef situation. It's how you're preparing it that makes the bigger deal of the situation. So remember not to go so much fried. I think some people are using different, like a beef lard. Instead of some type of other oils and stuff. So I don't know. On that end, I just know that eat this means eat the orange, eat something else instead. Go grab some stuff that makes sense to your body, not just sense to your brain that wants to get that extra, feeling of being filled up with something you really love and enjoy. Start to try to find a passion for, fruits, vegetables, and meat. And I think that was that one doctor was saying, basically, if you take your body, exercise regularly, and begin to consume the right amount of meat, fruit, and vegetables daily, your body will begin to do miraculous things you've never been able to see it do before, because it's finally getting the proper gasoline or engine or energy source it needs to move itself. I mean, think about in the past, you've maybe put the wrong gasoline in your vehicle. And some people have done that. Maybe like I've heard on YouTube. I've never done this, but I heard on YouTube where someone was trying to get the pump right next to diesel, and they put diesel in their truck, and it really messed everything up. But they were able to somehow flush it out and all that. So think about that from his perspective, that the truck could still possibly run a little bit, but it needed to be flushed out. And our problems in our life could be not necessarily because we have this hereditary thing. It could be, but I'm just speaking logically for myself here, not giving you any sound advice that's for you. It's just from my perspective, my thoughts this morning. But maybe we're running a little rough because of this energy source we're putting in there. So I'm going to start trying to focus on more of those things and go forward. I recently did a food review over at CC's that did really well as far as views, and some of these other things I do that are nutrition related don't do as great, but let you know. I haven't had CC's though since that time, so it's been a few weeks. I think maybe once since then too. So maybe since that came out, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe twice in 3 weeks I've went to CC's. So that means almost twice a month. So if 24 times a year I go to CC's, that's not as bad. If I'm eating the rest of the time, I'm eating vegetables, chicken, rice, fruit, those type of things. I've got a big day today. I got to do some cleaning over at my other job at the church. Got to get that stuff done and get ready to get that out of the way. And then after that, I got some other work related things to do, and then Kentucky plays tonight at 7. I might go live during that. So if you guys want to see me live again, check it out then at 7 o'clock. I think it's 7. It might be 7 Eastern, 6 Central. I'll be on between 6 Central, 7 Central, somewhere in between there. So just hit the bell and hit subscribe so you'll be notified, okay? And I'm going to watch that game maybe live and have you guys in there with me. I don't know yet. Hopefully I'll do that. I mean, we're going to be without some starters, so who knows how that'll end up being. So, all right, that's all I have. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Remember, moderation is the key, but don't let the moderation items abuse your body, where they don't become moderation anymore, but just mentally they think they are because you're putting the word moderation in front of them. Eat the healthier stuff. Eat that orange instead. Eat this instead, okay? Remember that. Get that in your mind. When you get ready to grab that candy bar, that sweet item, and you've had a couple of them already, and you're still hungry or something, or maybe you're going to do this a few hours later, when you go to grab another one, go, wait a minute, eat this instead, and look over at your counter, because that's really where your bananas are, your apples, or look in your fridge for that fruit, or that vegetable fruit. Well, pineapple could be in there. Look in there. Find something. Pineapple's good. I'm about to eat one of those too here coming up. So, all right, guys. That's all I have. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Until next time, guys, morning thoughts, and I'm glad to share them with you. Peace.